And we're live.
We are indeed live. Yes, and I must apologise straight away that owing to circumstances beyond his control, for which he would be soundly beaten if he disobeyed, Dean cannot be with us this week. So instead we have Puppet Dean. There we go. Hello.
Yeah, Puppet Dean seems to be very popular. So
Puppet Dean is popular, and if I can get his mouth to work, there we go. Puppet Dean will not be regaling you with anecdotes from Elizabeth, since I don't know any.
Indeed.
Yeah, so we don't have a guest. We don't have a guest because the ones we asked couldn't make. Basically.
Yeah. And also, Simon wasn't sure if he would be able to make the show exactly on time either.
Yes, I was doing overtime at work, because sort of lack of staff due to sort of family circumstances or something of that nature. Spent the morning washing a van, and now I'm thoroughly washed and cleaned and respectable myself. Well, respectable is a different kettle of fish, but never mind.
Oh, hello, Sean. Oh, Andrew. Hey, Andrew.
Hey.
So, what we'll probably do,
is grab you by the short and curlies and pull you into the show.
Yes. Yes, I can open the floor to those that wish to come in and chat with us. Oh, hello, Daniel. How are you today?
Oh, you're reasonably clean, Daniel. Are you reasonably clean and near a microphone and a webcam? This is the question. We can have live from Kyushu, unshaven man. Okay. Hello, who's blooping me now? Lucas. Oh, Lucas with his thumbs up. There we go.
Oh, there we are. A man in Australia.
Ah, is he suitably scrubbed up? Are you scrubbed up, Sean? Have you put your washing away?
And we're waiting for him to appear.
And reply. You're definitely unshaven, Troy. Yeah, this is yes. It's the hirsute look is in this part of the 21st century. Unfortunately, I'm a man of the 20th and like to be clean shaven, but you're not clean shaven. That's good. Okay. Do you have a microphone that works, and do you have a webcam that works, and lighting?
Yes, we have. We have Sean here, but is he here? This is the question.
There you are. He's scrubbed up. He had a quick scrub up.
Oh, there you are.
He's also a hirsute.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yes, and we can see you with a cat. Simon the Barbarian. Well, yes. It's one of my yeah.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Yes. Sounds like Edison on an old record. Can you hear me now?
Word of the day, shaven. Well, let's see what the Urban Dictionary has to say about it. Oh.
Shaven. Oh, my.
Oh.
Oh, no, he's gone again.
There we go.
This was
That's better.
I kind of like that. Back, sack, and crack. 3 words defining the hair removal procedures involved in the hair salons of a male from areas of the carpet back, ball sack, and butt crack. Usually coupled with.
What are we bringing this back, are we?
Yeah. Well, somebody in comments brought it up.
Back, sack, and crack. Okay.
Your claws are too sharp, cat. No, she likes to nuzzle your chin, but she freaking claws.
No, she's looking for milk. There we are. You've got no milk for your boobs.
Well, the last video I saw of Andrew's was where he ate some fried and breaded pork sandwiches.
You mean pork cutlet?
Pork cutlet, yes. They looked very tasty. And then he had some crunky. And
with anything that doesn't taste better schnitzel? Everything tastes better as schnitzels.
I don't know. Schnitzel's pretty damn good.
I could figure out
Hello.
how to.
I prefer strudel to schnitzel. But, you know what I mean.
What? The strudel's a savor. Is a sweet dish.
Sweet, I know. That's why I said that. Milk lemonade around the corner. Fudge is made. Oh God, Lucas.
There. So,
Hello,
U.S.
Hemmingford
Thanksgiving
Gray.
was yes.
Do you have a
I
webcam,
experienced
a microphone, and a beard?
yes.
Hey, I got a beard, kinda. I haven't shaved in like 3 weeks.
Well,
I was going to do the nose. I was going to do Movember, but so I thought I'd just go whole hog and just go beard.
Whale schnitzels for school lunch. Okay. Yes.
Well, it's there.
Politically correct school lunch. Not.
Wow. Hello, Frederick.
Yeah, I use it every week for my intro. It makes some great tunes. I'm lost here. What? Whale schnitzels.
Looks like Santa Claus vomited in the comment section.
Yeah, that was.
As you can tell, we've thoroughly prepared this show again.
When do you ever prepare?
Sometimes when we have a sensitive guest. It requires a bit of preparation.
No, Cat, you can't have the phone.
No forewarning. No forewarning. They didn't come around saying, this is whale,
What? So they warned you the first 3 times? They didn't give you a forewarning?
Hi, Nicholas.
Hi,
You haven't got a
Nicholas.
webcam and a camera and a microphone and a beard? No, you've not got a beard, have you? No.
He's got a webcam and microphone. He's been on here before.
He's been on
Yeah, he
before,
has.
yeah.
But doesn't he have a beard too?
He's got a beardish thing.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, anyways, we did not have turkey for Thanksgiving in the U.S. We had spiral ham, which is an effective substitute. We didn't have turkey.
what is spiral
thanks.
ham?
Oh, it's a ham on the bone, but it's cut. It comes pre-cut, but it's cut in a spiral pattern all the way down. Makes it easy to slice, easy to
I was
baste.
doing hams on Thursday. We're doing, because they have for about 3 months they do Christmas hams. They just open up the next year, the old factory for like 3 months and just friggin' churn out nothing but hams, legs of ham. I was swinging probably.
Spinal Tap. Air guitar at the Thanksgiving table. No,
Okay, I guess the hams, each ham weighed about 5 kilos, so I was friggin' slinging 5 kilo hams around all day.
Building some muscle there.
Lol, Sean was doing hams.
Spinal ham.
It seemed a bit more chipper.
Chippa.
I'll tell you one thing, having this lighting setup is all right, but it's bloody hot.
You have a really bright one.
I have, yeah.
I have
500.
You know you can get LED bulbs, right?
Oh, no, I can get LED bulbs, but they're like 10 times more expensive than this. This was
Yeah,
only
and they last 3 times as long.
they last 3 times as long. But I mean, given that the fact this lasts 1,000 hours, and so that's a few shows.
It is.
But
There's
it's 500 watts and bloody hot.
Wow.
Yeah, but you
500
won't be
watts.
melting, and they'll cast a somewhat cleaner light.
You like my handyman
Your
specials?
fire starter.
Yeah. Well, this is vinyl window covering, and this is from the 90s, an IKEA light. This is from recently, an LED IKEA light. When I
do that,
one was 15.
I had one of those. It caused an enormous amount of flicker.
Oh,
I feel quite slightly more amateurish without a light, so I'll just use this.
No, it's not. It's not beaver skin tie. Beaver
Is that better?
skin. I've got a beaver on my head. No, it's
right now.
it's brushed silk.
There we go. I'm all lit.
The technique has been lost. Only one French firm in the world used to be able to do it, and that has now closed.
yeah.
Well, I fell off the wagon, Ty. Geez, what do you mean, Mum?
Well, to be fair, you had a lot of stress. You had quite the stressful situation there for a while. which hopefully is getting better.
I still vape. I just like cigarettes. I just need more nicotine to stop, to keep the murdering tendencies to a minimum.
Well, yes.
Get well soon, Jess, if you're watching.
Oh, I got one of these, Sean.
I saw one of them, but yeah, I figure.
Yeah, it was.
I got like 2 tanks of this. I don't need more. But I don't even use the other one. It's not even got any liquid in it. And because I was at rock bottom, I had to sell my other mod and a set of batteries.
Ooh.
I've only got.
We're back to vaping again, audience. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, jeez. Jeez, how about them boobs, Robert? Yeah, boobs. Is that better, Simon?
No, something intellectual would be good. No, I don't know.
Intellectual? I don't know, boobs can be pretty intellectual.
Intellectual boobs. Audience, please show your intellectual boobs.
Yeah. So I bought this because my mod died just before going away, my big one. And I think they're sending it back, see if it can be repaired. So this was $80 with the tank. And it makes a decent amount of clouds. It's just a little noisier. And Sarah, I bought this as a temporary measure that uses a 26650 battery. It was $55. Sarah likes this one. She likes the way it feels in her hand. I have a feeling I'm going to lose this one.
Yes. When somebody likes the way something feels in your hand, it's often the case that it's lost.
I don't know if I can use these to send stuff, but I finally got the envelopes to send everybody's face cards.
Oh, cool.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Troy.
Hey!
Oh, so how's your back?
In a state of disrepair right now, but I've got all of these, and I got all of these.
You need a chiropractor for that because the drugs aren't going to make that any better. It's going to make it feel better, but it won't get any better.
I need to feel better right now. Trust me.
Believe me, if you go to a chiropractor, you will.
If I go to a chiropractor, I might die. The problem that I have is in my lower spine.
Mm-hmm.
I have broken cartilage in between one of my vertebrae.
Yeah.
And the vertebrae rubbing together is right in front of my sciatic nerve, which crosses over your spine.
Ow.
So every time I stand up or sit down, I hear pop, pop, and then pop, pop. So it's aggravating my sciatic nerve. So it shoots spikes down to about my knees. Causes me to be a little nauseous sometimes. Headaches, body aches, just like, and it's cold here now. It's like, well, it was actually kind of warm this morning. I'm in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. I'm right next to the mountain.
So he's got the American health system, so I wouldn't say you go to a doctor. It's not going to.
I'm a veteran.
Okay.
We are provided the health care from the lowest common denominator.
Part of the GI Bill, yeah? Is it part of the GI Bill?
No, the GI Bill is education.
Oh, it's education. Never mind, it's all right. I thought this was a whole broad sweeping thing. Never mind.
No, the Veterans Association, the VA, is the umbrella on which all these programs fall under.
Yeah, my friend used to be an ADF, and he's a cop now, and he got dragged by a taxi for about 50 feet, and fucked his knee. And because he's a ex-ADF, he got pretty much. Well, we have healthcare, private healthcare, free healthcare, but not free, but we have a health system. But he still got fast track for you as a veteran.
The veterans healthcare is very important to me.
He would have had to have waited 12 months if he hadn't been in the army to get it done. He got seen in 4 months.
I'm still going on. Let's see. We're going 3.5 years, and I still haven't gotten an MRI on my back.
Oh. Wow.
Lowest common denominator, just keep that in mind. But I get to wear one of these.
That's the motto of the show. Lowest common denominator.
I could wear one of these every night.
She wore blue velvet.
Oh God!
If there's a robin in your window, I'm going to run now.
Can't Ty jump on?
But he has an ear on his
working on the
lawn.
comments.
Sorry, I'm just cleaning up a bit. I had midnight turkey sandwiches with a little bit of this stuff, and if you don't know what it is, try to go out and, like, if you know somebody who has a little bit of it, get it from them and try it. It's called Tony Sachery's.
Oh, I thought you were going to say sort of like mezcal, but sorry.
I can get you some. I can get you some.
Well, yeah,
cactus
New Mexico
buttons.
cactuses. Yes, like, you know.
I might have a friend that's growing a bunch of cactus in his garage.
That has like hydroponic system and lighting all night, all 24/7. But yeah,
He's a mechanical engineer and he's working on a
great
hydrogen
cactus.
project. And the byproduct of this hydrogen product is purified water.
Cool.
So might as well grow things.
It takes a long time for things to grow. You're sat there watching. You've got to do something. You know?
I just gave him all my grow lights, so 'cause
uh,
I can't grow here. I can't grow.
Legit Outlaw has a question for you, Troy. What service were you in?
I was in the United States Army. And it was a hell of a time. I was in for 4 years, 22 weeks, and a wake up. And I would have stayed in, much like a lot of my other friends. But the face of the military is changing in this country. And it's becoming a lot more liberal and pandering to the generation that we have now, which is a bunch of hand-holding pussies. Sorry, I'm going to call it like I see it. And I mean, when we have to have universities across this country with support groups to coddle the young adults that are going there, the young students that are going there, because the person who they wanted to win the election didn't win the election, I think it's going a little too far.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
When we have to have
weird.
The story that I'll break to you is that it was out of, I think it was either out of Baylor or it was out of Duke. It was a big university. Somebody had come through with some chalk, and on the sidewalk had written, "Make America Great Again, vote Trump 2016." And one of the students there, a female, not that I'm knocking women, I love women, but she felt that that was threatening enough to go to the dean of students and pull up the security video. She got the student expelled, and then she took a leave of absence because of emotional distress. That chalk drawing caused her so much emotional distress that she had to leave school.
Wow.
Come
Jesus. I mean, yeah. I mean, in my day, chalk drawings would have to be a lot more disturbing than that.
If these people realized what they're doing, they're messing with perception of the mind and causing great harm to themselves. But if they could turn that around and say, well, wait, I did it just from this. I did this to myself. But what if I turned it around and made something positive out of it? And I know some people are. It would be a good thing. A very good thing would be.
That would require a common sense, which is lacking.
And there's nothing common about sense, courtesy, or knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they're lacking a great deal of knowledge.
Well, I'm going to exercise my courtesy and common sense and go and get a cup of tea. So if the gentleman would care to carry on.
Calls me emotional distress.
Earl Grey.
I shall draw you a picture in chalk. There we go. Sorry.
Speaking of drawing,
Plant lives matter.
Thanks to Sarah's parents, I was able to order one of those digitizer pads.
Oh, the drawing pad that you put up on Facebook?
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to receiving that.
I have one already. I bought it when I was deployed overseas, thinking that I was going to be this great, digital artist, and then I found out how hard Photoshop is to learn. But I still have it. It's in one of my messenger bags, but I can't find the pin to it. And I think it's only for like Windows 7 and below. I don't think it's got a patch for Windows 10, but that's what my daughter wants. I mean, my son wants a $300 sound pad board, but she just, oh, and a microphone.
Well, I'll let you know how it is. It had a lot of good reviews. And it's 10 by 6. Hello, Alan.
10 by 6?
The active area is 10 by 6.
Yeah, the pad that I have, it's bigger than that. It's the size of a piece of paper. The active area is the size of a piece of paper. Yeah,
I was going to order one that big. It was about $80 more, which still, it wasn't bad. What did Troy do for the Army? Well,
what did I do for the Army? I was a 92 Foxtrot. I was also a 92 Whiskey. I was cross-trained as a 92 Lima. To put that into civilian terms, or for the uninitiated, I was a fueler first. Actually, I was a soldier first. Everyone is taught the basic skills and basic training. That's why they call it that. Firing your weapon, maintaining yourself, maintaining your uniform, maintaining your proper military bearing. After you get through all that, which is like hell, you also learn about first aid and all that other stuff in general terms. When you get to AIT, which is right after your basic training, that's where you go to learn your job. My job was a fuel supply specialist. I orchestrated and controlled all the fueling operations for approximately 120 soldiers. At times it was, which is roughly a platoon in air defense, which is the division I worked for. So I said a lot of complicated things there. Let me simplify this. When people needed fuel, I was the guy they called. When they needed oil or anything for the mechanics, I was the guy they called. When they had to throw all that stuff away, I'm the one who had to take it and dispose of it properly. I reported directly to the commander of my unit. I didn't have to report to anyone else, even though I did, because it's respect. Also, if you go over people's heads, you kind of have a blanket party, which is a nice way of saying getting your ass beat. But fuelers in the field are in control of more than just fuel. We have to also maintain the water balances in the water buffalo, which is a big tank that they put water in. And therefore, there is a job for that in the military, which is 92 Whiskey, which is water purification specialist. But fuelers run the whiskeys because we're the ones who are in control of the hazardous materials, and discarded water is and can be technically a hazardous material. That's what I did. I was deployed twice, once to the Middle East in a place called United Arab Emirates, and also went to Korea for a year. I've been to Kuwait. I've been to Afghanistan. We did training op missions where we did cross training, basically train the trainer. I learned in Al Dhafar Air Base a specific set of skills, like response to contact, officer recovery, where like if you have one guy who's down, you go in with a team to recover him, pick him up, and remove him from the situation if he's injured. No triage on site. You just grab and go. How to properly assault a car, how to properly assault a bus, how to properly assault a airplane, all while not moving, obviously. Kicking in doors, going through the maze, weapon awareness. So they took the best of the best, and since I was up for Soldier of the Year, they grabbed me right off the bat and said, listen, you're going to go to these foreign countries and teach these other people how to do exactly what you just learned how to do, since you're so good at it. So I got to hump a ruck to 3 other countries and teach people how to shoot properly. And normally these were people that were, well, are commonly viewed as potential enemies. I mean, I was teaching foreign military or foreign members of the military things that I learned in the United States military. And I had to be briefed on a daily basis and what I could say and what I couldn't say. I worked in a top secret division. I mean, air defense artillery dealing with Patriot missiles. And that's our first line of defense in a nuclear war. So there are certain things that I couldn't even mention, like locations and, stuff like that, troop movements and how many people, still things I can't talk about. So that's the short answer.
Okay. Oh, there you go. And that's on to later subjects.
How did Cards Against Humanity go?
Oh, it didn't work out, but we had some trouble with the servers, but it seemed to be back up, so we will do it again soon. A proper show with Cards Against Humanity. In the meantime, my well, Sarah's parents' dogs managed to drag my toothbrush, my Oral-B electric toothbrush, outside, along with some other things. They kind of snuck into the room when I wasn't looking, and I go back in there, and there are things all over the floor. One of which was this thing here.
I'm just trying to picture a dog trying to clean its teeth with an electric toothbrush.
Well,
probably freaked out because of the vibration.
Needless to say, there's a tank. What do you think of that tank, Sean? Let's compare it to a Smock V8, a TF-V8. It's a little bit bigger.
I'll show you a picture of a baby beast.
A baby beast. I bought it because it was big, and now I'm going to have to make big coils and use a lot of cotton so it won't leak.
I bought it because it's big. That's what she said.
And it's called Chaos. So that will be for experimenting another time.
So the issue I have with vaping is that I'm such a diehard smoker that I used to smoke while I was running.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty diehard there.
I used to think about, I thought about this the other day and also somewhat last night. My parents used to have quite a social life, and some of their friends smoked. And when we lived in Virginia, we lived in a split level. There's a little balcony off the back. So I would sneak down into the garage area, kind of, storage room, laundry room area, and wait for the people to throw their cigarettes over the balcony. And then I would sneak out there and smoke them and put them out, and then run back inside and eat some, whatever we had, like cheese or cold cuts or whatever. I'd grab a bit of that and go back down to my room and try to hide the smell. And my parents never knew. I was like sixth grade.
Yeah, I was in the 5th grade and used to do stuff like that, except they get 50 cents together for a pack of Marlboros. I'd smoke them all in an hour. And be, woo, and then be like, ugh, I'm not doing that again at least for 2 weeks, and then I'll do it again in 2 weeks.
Oh, we used to be able to smoke at school, which was cool. But in the final years at school, you were allowed to smoke outside, actually, not in the class.
Yeah, technically you're supposed to be, I believe, I don't know what the age was back when I was a kid, if it was 16 or 19. But we had a smoking area in the high school, and people used it.
I know when I lived in Texas when I was younger, before we moved to Virginia, I was in 3rd grade. I go by grades because since I got held back a couple of times, my age doesn't match up. I was in 3rd grade, and second time held back. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there were junior high school kids that could get dip. And that's what the big thing was. Like, I remember a kid handing me, packing a can and handing it to me and said, "Here, take a plug." I was like, No thanks.
Would you care to explain to me what that is precisely? I mean, I'm an innocent on the.
It's
What?
a dip. Do you know what dip is? It's basically shredded tobacco.
Oh God!
And you put it right in here.
Under your gum. Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to freak your subs out too much. I could show you the damage that it does to your gums. Basically, it recesses your gums down to where the root is exposed eventually. And I was up to 2 cans a day when I was in the military. So I have a lot of burn damage.
That's what all that.
Normally it was, I don't know if I don't even have a bottle. Normally it's just like this.
I didn't know. Do you smoke, Andrew? Oh, you're just thinking of vaping just for the fun of it.
Frederick only knows skinny dipping. This is a new side to Frederick that we've not discovered.
Well, that's good, Frederick, because skinny dipping is much healthier than the other kind of dipping.
Mm-hmm. And usually ends with everyone smiling. I can't see the comments.
Oh, I will shoot you the link for the pop-out chat. I'll put it in the chat here.
So, Blood Bowl comes out. I think it came out yesterday.
God, Jess, the worst thing in the world is when you accidentally drink from the spit bottle.
Ew.
Oh, God.
Absolutely. Because sometimes we'd run out of bottles, so we'd have a Coke bottle, and the spit looks the same.
We were out at a friend's party and they smoke out of a improvised bong, and you're so cut that you go to drink out of what you think is a pop bottle, and in fact not pop bottle. You're drinking bong water. That's fucking nasty.
Oh, here's something else that's totally unrelated to what we were speaking of. I learned just the other day that anybody can request the audience with the Dalai Lama.
Oh, right.
I didn't know that.
Yes, absolutely. Anyone in the world can request. It is your job to get to him.
That's true.
But he will see you.
And that's pretty nifty, I think.
But you're not allowed to ask him what happened to the Panchen Lama. There we go.
I didn't do that.
So, how did you come into power anyway?
Yes. Where is the Panchen Lama these days, by the way?
Yeah. Well, I'm in the same part of the world that he's in. It'd be cool to meet up with him.
Panchen Lama? No.
Where does he live? Because friggin' you can't go to Tibet, friggin' India or something, isn't it?
He moves around a lot, but I believe he is centered somewhere in the Tibet, India area, northern.
Well, he can't be centered in the Tibet because the friggin' Chinese arrest him like that.
I'll find out for you. That's what the power of Google is. Making idiots look smart since 2007.
This cat is all curled up on my lap. She is comfy.
It's a hangout.
Yeah. McLeodganj, India.
Somebody I know had a little audience with him, and that's how I found out.
Just outside of Dharmkot. He's right on the Ganges too. Well, the Forsyth Ganj.
Oh, Bodhi. Where did he put? Sorry, I'm talking to Jess. Where did Bodhi go?
To a new home, a good home.
A new home, yeah.
It seemed to be a good home. Right, Jess? Is it a good home? Because he's really too old to make that trip over to be resettled in North America again. If what I've read was correct.
It's currently 6 p.m. there.
Army couple on Zama. Okay.
Dharamshala.
What about Kyoji? Is Kyoji going with you?
Just the one. Which cat? I forgot which cat it was that was rehomed. Yeah, as long as he's happy.
The furry one.
Speaking of cats.
Yes.
And speaking of cats and crossing that over with Cards Against Humanity, there's a game called Exploding Kittens.
Yes, there is. And it seems like great fun. It does.
They sell it at Target.
Yeah. I remember the Kickstarter for that.
Well, they have another one where you have cards and you build like a monster, and that monster then goes and eats babies.
Okay.
But I'm excited about Blood Bowl.
I'm more curious about Exploding Kittens. Do we have any links or photos we can show the audience?
I'll find something.
Excited about a new shoot that's coming out called Space Hulk. Space 40K.
Space Hulk. Oh my god, it looks crazy.
Yeah, my friends got the beta, but my pay was small because I didn't get much work the week before last, so I couldn't get it.
Oh, there's a 2017 calendar for bunny suicides. Okay. I have a 2017 calendar. I shall go and get it. It has nothing to do with suicides, rabbits, or cats.
Well, let's see. There's an app for Exploding Kittens, so you can play with your friends.
There's an app for that.
Yeah, either on the App Store or Google Play.
It's my 2017 calendar. Very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I got that the other week when I went to that Japan thing.
Oh, I got something to show you, Simon. That you might. Hold on.
Yeah. Introduce a bit of culture there. That was the one piece of culture on the show.
My dad goes to Goodwill every Monday, like clockwork, and I go with him sometimes because I like to see what people are getting rid of, and so walking in there, I don't really spend any money in there, but it's fun to look at the junk. I found this.
Oh, neat.
Oh, yeah,
Hanging on the wall.
Mine.
That's nice.
Cool.
I have no idea what it means.
Got this one. Kampai.
Nice. I believe that's going to promote drinking.
Speaking of drinking, I got
Well,
cider.
I hope this promotes like ocean life or something. I hope. I don't know. I'll find out.
I believe it says whales are tasty.
Lubricated and ready. So another thing is I might not have much of an online presence after December 4th. There's been a call for all veterans to reactivate themselves and find their happy asses way out to Standing Rock, South Dakota.
Oh.
To help protect the protesters who are being killed.
Wow.
So I'm deciding at this point and weighing my options. I told my dad about it, and he threw me the truck keys, and he's like, "Don't get arrested, or if you do, call me." So my parents are supporting it, but I don't know if I can handle the legal troubles it will incur, the physical trouble it will incur.
I think you should get your back fixed. You know what I'm saying?
You're only allowed to go as individuals. It's not an official thing, or is it just veterans amongst themselves have decided?
It's there are different veteran groups that are independent of the Veterans Association, and what they're doing is they're saying, because the National Guard was supposed to activate and go protect the protesters from these guys that are spraying them down with industrial-sized cans of tear gas. They're also shooting rubber bullets, beanbags, and also they're using paintball guns to shoot the tear gas directly into their face. They have now brought in dogs, so the dogs are being attacked. What I think is ironic about it is the water protectors are getting hit by the water cannons in freezing weather, and we're in the middle of a drought.
So who is doing the attacking?
The United States government.
Ah,
Wow.
I mean, do you have equivalent equipment to sort of counteract, or would you just simply be
Yeah,
there as a human shield?
That would not be a peaceful. That would not be an unarmed protest. Then
I cannot take any gear
then that would
that
escalate.
signifies any affiliation to the United States military.
Mm.
I'd have to take my own private bug out, end of the world bag.
Oh, I could send you a bunch of ADF stuff if you want. I could get some at the LC disposal. It's not American. It's not United States government issue stuff.
No,
That's
Victor
true,
says,
but anyone in camouflage would be considered combative.
Victor says counteracting is not a good idea, which I suppose is true. Yes, I mean it would, like you said, the legal ramifications would be
It's
terrible.
a peaceful protest. I would be going there to help support them, to stand with them, to strengthen their lines, to bring them firewood, to bring them clothing and blankets and food and anything else that I can get. No MREs.
But I mean, yeah, could the veterans, for example, identify themselves as veterans, so that the like any public viewing of it would raise sympathy, perhaps for they would say, oh, like there's is there any way of showing?
There are two groups that are going out: Grunt Style, which is a clothing company that specifically buy veterans, for veterans, but anyone can buy Grunt Style. And there's another one that works with Grunt Style that I know.
You can get military, not friggin' civilian MREs that aren't friggin' olive drab, but they're basically the same thing.
Yeah, dude, I got 2 cases of MREs in the garage. I'm never going to touch them. Yeah, Ty, I think Ty Naka just commented here in Flint we got lead in our water. That's the other atrocity that I'm like, they're spraying down these protesters with water and kids can't take a bath in Flint. What the fuck is going on with my country, man?
MREs. What MREs can you explain to? Because I'm not quite ready.
All right, Flake Man. Meals ready to eat.
Oh, like Austrian guy did a review. Yeah, he was on the show.
Yeah, he used to do reviews of different MREs.
They all suck. But the worst one is either the vegetarian omelet. That's notoriously the worst one because it tastes like cardboard and ass. Not that I know what ass tastes like. Okay, I do know what ass tastes like. And then the other one is the crab enchilada. And if you've ever seen the movie Riddick, they actually have the crab enchilada MRE in it, and it's disgusting.
I've seen Riddick many
Weaponized
times,
MREs.
and I never noticed that.
We're going to watch it now. We're going to everybody.
Oh, hey, it's right over here. I can watch it again.
It's in the beginning phase because there's 2 parts to Riddick. There's the loner phase, and then there's the not loner phase. Hunter and prey, or prey and hunter, I think. Anyway,
you talking about the latest one?
Yeah,
the latest one. And before he goes into the station, before he even sees the station, after he gets past the bye, Jess.
After he gets past the beast.
Yeah, after he gets past the little Scorpio Nox beast things. Sorry, spoiler alert. When he gets to the other side, he's playing with his dog, and he's like, it says dog food, if you can read.
Yeah.
Precious bodily fluids. You're having your own conversation there, Shay. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Bye, Alan.
Bye, Alan.
Well, this has been different.
Yes, MREs and vaping and exploding kittens.
MREs, I think they're 1,500 calories. Technically, you could live off of one for a couple of days, but they force you to eat one a meal. And what you'll do is you'll get, this is what happens. You get your MRE and you go sit in a circle, and then you start doing your little side deals.
Depends on what your mission, what your deployment is for the day. Like if you're going to be out for overnight, you get a bigger one.
Is there music involved? You know, you have to pass it along. And then when the music stops, the crab enchilada, the one who gets the crab enchilada.
I don't know, if you consider people reaching after they've eaten one, music, yeah, probably.
Just think of a bunch of guys in a small room, all on a high protein diet, like Ryan Reynolds said.
Yep. I lived that for a brief moment on the plane, the second flight, on the way back to Toronto. I was like, oh, that's painful. Oh, you just have to let a little bit out. Sarah's like, oh my God, did you do that? Did you do that? It was pretty rank, I have to admit. Which I didn't want her to point out, you know, well, don't bring attention to me. It's just going to make me laugh. And then more is going to come out.
Oh, that after holiday season eating, you every time you fart, you take your life in your own hands, because you don't know whether you're going to follow through or not.
I'm trying to put
just
trying to.
It's a good thing we were on a relatively large plane that had 6 across seating. I used the term relatively large.
People all shifted to one side of the plane and it sort of tilts over.
The first plane was 2 and 1, so it was a good thing it didn't happen there.
It was a 2 and 1. That's a DC-10, isn't it?
No, 2 seats on one side, 1 seat on the other, and that was it. It was ERJ 45 or something like that.
That's a small plane.
It was a small plane from Little Rock, and then we were on an Airbus A319 out of Chicago.
I love Airbus.
Yeah, it was all right. Nice quick flight. I miss the 777.
I can't wait until I fly to.
And I'm looking forward to flying on the 787.
Definitely going to fly direct, so I get to go on Dreamliner.
Oh, I miss the 747s.
I've never been on one of those.
The A380s. Not A380s, 787s.
Are 787s out yet?
Yeah. Yes, they've been out for a while.
They've been out for 2 years. 2-3
really?
years.
Well, my dad hasn't been in the industry for over 10.
The thing about them is they have lithium-ion batteries that power everything.
They have cool windows. Windows go dark automatically. It's cool.
Really? Wow. You know what they're trying to do now is, and I heard Emirati Air is going to be the first to do this, is they're going to do windowless planes, and they're going to do the LEDs on the inside so that you can look anywhere on the plane except obviously your seat, and you can see what's outside directly from the plane. Like you can look down while you're flying over, New York and see all of New York. And yeah, not going to be too useful on those overseas flights though.
No.
Yeah, look at all that water. That water's fucking awesome. Yeah.
Actually, I'm swimming right now. Oh wait, I am.
Just don't fly Malaysian Airlines. You might be swimming sooner than you think.
Speaking of that, one of the previous pictures.
Is that bad taste?
No. It's
been long enough.
3 old dudes.
Still.
I saw a picture from a boy and his mom who were on that flight, and he took a picture and posted it on his social media before they took off.
The one over in Ukraine? The one who got shot down?
I
think that's what you talk about.
Yes, there we go. That's it. It wasn't the Malaysian flight. It was the...
it was still a Malaysian Airlines flight. This got shot down.
It was, okay. Yeah, it got shot down over Russia.
Yeah, I'm just checking out the 787 Air Canada uses.
But the 747s were great because back when Pan Am had them, there was an upstairs to them. And upstairs was kind of like the first class lounge. So when you see those old movies, like perfect example, Snakes on a Plane.
The current generation of 747s, they're basically, I think they're coming out soon. They basically use a lot of the technology that they put into the 787, like the engines and all the LED lighting and that stuff, and it's going to be built into the 747.
And they also got rid of the lounge, so that's all going to be...
That plane is nearly 60 years old, you realise?
Yep.
That That's freaking crazy.
That'd be cool to see.
I think the only other plane that's older is it's a B-52 that's actually still used.
The plane that Mike Pence was using that skidded off the runway not too long ago, my dad saw the tail numbers and he's like, that's an Eastern plane. That used to be an Eastern plane. He looked at the tail numbers because he can read them.
Mm-hmm.
What is he? Used to be a pilot?
No. No.
Or is
he was for like 30 years. He was a reservations agent and at Pan Am World Air. Well, he started at National Airlines, and Pan Am bought National in 80, 81. And so then he worked for Pan Am until Pan Am closed in the early 90s.
Again?
And he went to work for American Airlines throwing bags after that because it's all he could get.
Yeah, I got one of my friends who's in my gaming clan. He's a pilot for Qantas. He used to fly friggin' A380s, but then he got shifted to domestic flights. So I think he's flying what was it, 737s or so, whatever. Because Qantas uses Boeing for their domestic stuff, but their budget airline Jetstar, they use all Airbus A320s for their domestic. Well, actually, I flew and the short haul internationals like New Zealand and freaking Bali and shit like that.
They don't have any Grumman's?
Fuck if I know.
They might have some Northrop Grumman's.
Yeah, I remember when it was just married, early 90s, flying to Los Angeles, and I had a few changeovers. Not Los Angeles, sorry, Las Vegas. And last leg of the journey was on a 737. I was thinking, wow, I hope I never have to fly on a plane this small again. Changed.
Let's see.
Now the 737 is like, oh, that's the big plane.
DC-10s are nightmares. I hate that plane more than anything else. Or Dash 7s.
Qantas use A300, Airbus A300s, A330s, A380s, 737s, next gen 737s, 747s, and 767s. And they used to have a McDonnell Douglas. But I think the Qantas.
McDonnell Douglas, not Northrop Grumman.
There's another fleet arm of them called Qantas Link. That's basically their regional airline. Like basically they go to all the smaller things. And I think they use bloody Bombardiers and freaking Dash 8s and Dash 16s and shit like that.
I hate the Dash series.
They're British.
Pretty narrow inside. You're in the Q400. I've been on the Q400.
Oh, it's 7. They use 717.
Yeah, it's a wee little space you're sitting in. But they're quiet.
Yeah, but you probably have a bad experience with turboprops anyway, Troy from the Army.
Goodbye, Victor. I've probably gone by now.
Well, hopefully we'll see him again soon in 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
The fun thing about being in a C-130 is as soon as they take off, the smart soldiers unstrap and run all the way to the back of the plane and jump on the cargo net and hold on to the cargo net because you're just basically lying down for the next 25, 30 minutes.
Because C-130 can take
it stays up like this. And it just moves about that fast. And just the force and sitting on the cargo net.
Like a hammock.
Yeah, exactly. It's very comfortable.
Hey, look, it's Kaz. Hi, Kaz. You handsome devil. He got to meet Nuts and Kay recently. I saw on his Facebook.
Yeah.
Lucky SAB.
He got to meet the whole band.
Yeah. And Kuranai. Yeah. Kuranai.
Is he going to be their official photographer?
Oh, that's an idea, Kaz. If you're watching.
Yeah, that is an idea.
Did you get any shots? You do some shots of Griever.
You got an epic selfie with them.
Yeah. And Stacey and Colin. Yeah.
I don't know how tall Kaz is, but Nuts looks really short.
Nuts is quite small. Yeah. I mean, because K is small and nuts is smaller than K.
They're not short. They're fun-sized.
Now, did I just make a post? I think I did. But
I gotta say, Simon,
what you haven't done today, Robert, and I'm amazed, is you've not done a Facebook Live. You've got about 4 minutes into a Facebook Live.
Yeah.
This is a bit late for people.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't.
I mean, I could have done that, but I have no clue.
Oh.
No idea what I'm supposed to say or do, or, who would bloody watch my Facebook Live?
Oh, your Facebook friends.
Yeah, but they hardly look at my posts, never mind anything else.
Well, one thing at a time, one step at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do have to commend you, Simon, on your photog skills. I look forward to those photos.
Ooh. Speaking of really cool,
50% me and 50% Instagram. But yes.
Speaking of really cool photos, I just found one that Kaz did of Narita Airport. Looks really cool. Look at that. That's a good photo.
Oh yeah. Oh.
That's a good shot.
That's nice.
It looks quite cozy there. I mean, last time I was there,
I just like the yellow lights of the terminal. It looks cool.
That does look cool. The orange and the green work well together.
Oh, here's the original. That's quite an upgrade. That's some epic photoshopping right there.
Wow, yeah.
And
that filter hit the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I took some pretty good shots at Ferrari World when I was there, but I lost all of my photos pretty much from the 90s on because I was stupid when I upgraded to Windows 10 and I was a little high and made an uncalculated error with moving folders.
Well, at least when I upgraded from Vista to 7, you could do an upgrade. It's not like a proper install. Well, it's a proper install, but it preserves all your stuff. Didn't it give you an option for going to 10 from 7?
Windows.old, is that what you're talking about? No, it didn't give me that option because I did a fresh install over Windows 7. I erased Windows 7 and installed Windows 10 right over it. So it didn't do you can revert back to this or dual boot. No, it didn't do either one of those.
Yeah. I was I thought I had totally screwed up everything so that Windows 10 would stop asking me to upgrade my system because I didn't want that. I mean, Windows 10 is in computer service use, and that's fine. It can be over there. I don't really like it that much at this point in time. I like 7 that I have. I'm happy with it.
I like Windows 2000.
Said no one ever.
Well,
no one ever.
You were very limited with that. I mean, it was very stable, yes.
Oh,
yeah, it was secure stable. It was the most secure operating system besides NT 4.0.
I found a really cool picture of Kaz. Like, you got to check out this smolder. Like that says, if that doesn't say hello, ladies, I don't know what does.
There you go.
Yep. Now I can also hear Johnny Cash playing in the background.
Do you know what I just heard?
That's a good photo.
I just heard, I have an apple. I have a pen. Apple pen. That's what I just heard. Oh, God.
I'm gonna have to like that. Just because. And the page.
Is that his doctor?
That's a great photo.
That is good.
I love that photo.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
That'll be. When I get to Japan, I go karaoke with Kaz. I'm gonna have to get him to sing that song now, with his cowboy hat on.
Yes.
Don't be embarrassed, Kaz. That's a great photo.
That is an awesome photo. That is an awesome photo.
That made my day. I'm glad I went and looked for your photography page, or else I wouldn't have found it.
Does he use that for his headshot? Do you use that for your headshot?
You should.
Yes, absolutely.
And on that note, we can end the live broadcast and go into the after show.
So,
You didn't do the word of the day.
Hedgehog audience. There we are.
Oh,
Exploding
well,
kittens,
we did it earlier,
MRIs,
actually.
and
Oh, you
hedgehogs.
did? I missed it?
Well, it was sort of like what it was. It was like back sack and crack. 3 words defining the hair removal procedures involved in hair salons of a male from the areas of the carpet back, ball sack, and butt crack, usually coupled with fuck area.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
And on that note,
we'll see you next week with a perhaps slightly better prepared show. We're very grateful for our guests and spontaneous guests.
Yes, thank you, Troy. Thank you, Sean.
And Sean.
Don't forget the cat.
And the cat. Yes.
And the cat.
Yes. Who did not explode, thankfully, during the show.
Yes.
She stayed on my lap the whole show. She didn't barely move.
Oh, Andrew's leaving. Well, bye, Andrew.
Bye, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Bye, Andrew.
Okay. See you next week, guys.